What if the best souvenir you could bring home from a trip wasn't a magnet or a t-shirt, but something you could actually taste? What if one spice from a market on the other side of the world could make your kitchen taste like a completely different country? We don't eat out much anymore, not because we can't afford it, because what we make at home is better, and it all came home inside our backpacks. I'm Vienna, like the city in Austria, not the sausage. My mom and I have traveled to 20 countries across 5 continents since I was 5. And make sure to stay to the end because I'm going to take you through what we brought back from 10 different countries and what happens when you actually cook with the real thing. And I want to tell you about the chocolate because once you taste the real version, you can't go back. It kind of happened on its own, and it's been happening since some of our very first trips. When we travel, we eat local. Always. Street food, markets, little hole-in-the-wall places with no English menus. It started small. Tea from Dublin and London. Before we even thought about spices. My mom loves coffee, so wherever we go, we bring coffee home too. From almost every country we've visited. That was the beginning, even before we realized it was becoming a habit. Then we noticed something bigger. The thing that made the food taste the way it did wasn't just how it was cooked, it was what was in it. The paprika in Hungary doesn't taste like the paprika in Spain, and the peppercorn we found in Nepal made my mouth go numb. In a good way. I had never tasted anything like it. So we started bringing things home. Spice blends from the markets in Marrakesh, dried peppers from Mexico City, balsamic vinegar from Italy so thick and sweet it barely tastes like vinegar anymore. Flour from Italy for pizza. A tagine from Morocco we carried home in our backpacks. Now, our kitchen smells like everywhere we've been. Friday night is pizza night. Tuesday is tacos. Those are our traditions now. The real spice habit started in Mumbai, and then Nepal, long before we'd ever set foot in Morocco. India was basically its own bag. It's really where all of this began. Curry leaves, masala blends, Kashmiri pepper, a deep red mild pepper that turns everything a beautiful color, black cardamom that smells like a campfire when you open the bag, turmeric with a deeper color and a flavor that hits differently than what you find here in America, and smoked salts that change the whole character of whatever you put them on. Nepal came right around the same time as India, and it's the one I want to talk about the most. There's a peppercorn that makes your mouth go numb. Not spicy numb, tingly, like tiny electric current running across your tongue. We bought as much as we could carry. Peru was ají peppers, the ones that gave Peruvian food the flavor you literally can't get anywhere else, plus sauces and chocolate. Mexico was dried peppers and chipotle smoked peppers, whole ones, not the powder version, plus marinades for carne asada that taste nothing like what comes in a jar here. Both of those trips happened before Morocco too, so by the time we got there the following year, we already knew exactly how to do this. The spice suitcase was basically a science by then. Packed in tight, stuffed neatly into our backpacks like we've been doing it forever. Because at that point, we kinda had. Morocco is where it all came together. Spice blends from the marketplace, already ground and mixed by people who have been doing it their whole lives. And paprika that looks and tastes nothing like what's labeled paprika here. Spain also has smoked paprika, deep red, the kind that turns something simple into something that tastes like it took all day to cook. So we've got paprika from Spain, Morocco, and Hungary sitting in our kitchen, and they all taste differently. Same word on the label, completely different taste, depending on where it came from. Argentina also surprised me. Paprika in every variety, smoked, hot, sweet. The dried oregano hits you immediately when you open the bag. Stronger and more alive than anything that comes in a jar here. We also brought back a chimichurri spice blend and jars of whole peppers. I have genuinely never seen in any grocery store here. Italy was the aged balsamic vinegar, thick and sweet, almost like a syrup. Plus flour for pizza, pasta, and polenta we still cook with. Canada was maple syrup, multiple varieties from different regions, and we actually cook with them instead of just pouring them on pancakes. And I promised the chocolate, and here's exactly where it comes in. We brought chocolate home from Belgium, Mexico, and Peru. The habit started on our third trip to Brussels. That was the first time I tasted real chocolate, made with actual cacao butter, instead of whatever American chocolate is made with. And it changed something for me immediately. I don't really eat American chocolate anymore. Not because I don't like chocolate, I love chocolate, but it leaves a waxy feeling on my tongue every time. I didn't notice it until Brussels. Now I can't unnotice it. Belgian chocolate melts completely different. Smooth, deep, and actually cacao. Mexican chocolate is slightly grainy and sometimes spiced. Peruvian chocolate is earthy and complex, since Peru is one of the top cacao growing countries in the world. The waxy feeling comes from vegetable oils instead of real cacao butters. My mom and I keep a small stash from each country now, and it lasts longer because we actually slow down with it. We have a tagine from Morocco on our stove right now, carried home in a backpack. Friday nights we make pizza with flour from Italy and that balsamic vinegar we brought back ourselves. Tuesday nights we do tacos with real peppers from Mexico. The Moroccan chicken my mom makes in that tagine, I've never had anything better in a restaurant here. We don't eat out much, not because we're trying to be frugal, but because what we make is actually better. Travel gave us more than memories. It changed how we cook and what we expect food to taste like. None of it was expensive either. A bag of spice blends from Marrakesh costs almost nothing. Everything we brought home cost less than one dinner out, and we've been cooking with it for months. If you ever travel, bring something home from the market. Not a magnet, not a t-shirt. The spice blend from the person who's been making it their whole lives. The chocolate from the country where the cacao actually grows. Bring the taste home with you, because long after the trip is over, you'll open the jar on a normal day and you'll be right back there. That's what travel does that nobody really tells you about. It changes how you live once you get home, not just where you've been. I'm 15. Everything I share is what I watched my mom build across 20 countries, 5 continents, with a regular income, no debt, and I lived it. So now I'm sharing it. If it makes sense for your life, you're welcome to try it. That's completely up to you. Comment below if this just changed how you see things. Subscribe to Wandering Vienna if you haven't yet. Hit the like button, it tells the algorithm you liked this content. And I post content like this every single week, and I don't want you to miss what's coming. Make sure to share this with a friend who you think needs to hear this. I'm Vienna, this is Wandering Vienna, and make sure to come back because there's always more to explore. Bye!